Okay, let's do this. Andrew, nice to meet you
Hey,
after
Dago.
all this time on Twitter, and you've been so supportive of the first launch day and everything. So I'm very glad to meet you.
It's a real pleasure, and I'm glad you've launched. It's launch day, and it was a lot of fun jumping on the live Twitter stream with you and all the super smart tech people that are way smarter than me to troubleshoot it on that first iconic launch day. So that was a pleasure, and that's led to
Thanks, man.
a lot of fun ideas for me.
And so you're my first interview of the day, and it's 5 a.m. for you in Washington, D.C. Is that right? Oh my
Yeah,
God,
that's right. Yeah, 5:30.
you're
We got
brave.
up at 4 a.m. to
Yeah.
prepare. Oh, let me get dressed. Let me put on my nice polo for
Yeah.
Dago.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, don't be naked in public yet. Um, Yeah, man. So, I don't really know you though. So I'm actually curious, who are you? Like, how did you become an indie maker? Like, what are you doing? Like, what's your story? Like, can you like tell me about it? Because I'm like not knowing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been coding for probably 15 years now, since high school ish. Doing WordPress stuff in high school and creating the first website for my high school's newspaper. So I was doing that in high school, and then was really inspired by some events happening in my area in Washington D.C. When I was entering college. They said there was like a dearth or like a lack of cybersecurity professionals, and I had been doing an internship at the Pentagon, and I heard Defense Secretary Leon Panetta warn of like a cyber attack or like a cyber Pearl Harbor. And yeah, so I decided to study cybersecurity and information technology and go down that path. I originally wanted to be a photographer, but I got to
Oh,
talk to, yeah, a National Geographic photographer at their headquarters in DC and just hear about his life. And the life of a photographer is not easy, traveling around the country, like almost like van life or bumming it, trying to make it. And I was like, I want a family, and my cousin had like this big family in California, and he got laid off like '08 recession, but got a job immediately after, and he was doing IT. So that's
it seems like you have many interests, and that you're a very curious person. Because I noticed on the first launch day, you were hyping everybody, looking at every product. You were super excited about everything. You helped me, you made a video of the first launch day. Like, you're like, seems like you have a billion things going on. So is that true?
yeah, it's true right now. So like you, I have my darker phases, and I went to a trip to London and exited one of those darker phases. And so yeah, before like the past 6 months, I couldn't open my laptop. I was afraid of it. I couldn't code at
Oh,
all.
interesting.
Yeah. So I
What was
couldn't do
that? What
anything.
happened?
I just fell into kind of a deep depression, I guess.
And
And
can you talk about, was it caused by something related to entrepreneurship, or was it just personal thing, or you don't know?
um I guess work related, and then stresses at home, and then I don't know if you've seen the news here, but we had a big election, and then it
Oh
got
yeah, that,
kind of crazy in DC, and yeah, the new Trump administration, yeah, so a lot of anxiety in my mind, and
yeah.
yeah, just with that trip to London this past spring really brought me out of it, and so since then I've been coding like daily, which I couldn't pick up my computer before, so praise God I'm able to now. And
It's also media, I feel like when we look too much at what's happening, because like we don't have control. Even if you're
yes,
in DC, you're in the same city, but you don't have control.
not at
And
all.
like it's just a nightmare, like you're just like seeing this thing, and it's easy to fall into this loop, you know? Like there's many things you can do, there's so many things you can look at and just feel like shit for infinity. Like if you just keep doing that, and it's easy because there's always some point where it's gonna seem really important. Like it really seems like no, but like it's really, I cannot be happy if this is happening in the world. It really feels this way sometimes.
Uh,
Yeah,
Yeah, you're spot on there. And I'm like a news junkie, or I was. Like my dad would read
yeah.
the newspaper growing up, Washington Post, our local paper, and I kind of became obsessed with it. And I would read it daily, just like you said, and I would spend like 4 hours reading the paper daily versus like being able to code. So not
You
productive.
were reading like the actual paper or like the website?
The website, and I
Because,
used to.
I noticed the news websites, they updated themselves to be like social media now. So now there's always some breaking news, like some bullshit breaking news. Like, and so, when you read the paper, like a few months ago, I made an experiment. I started buying the paper. That's a completely different experience. You know, it's slow, it's not stressful. Oh, interesting. It's not the same.
It's like,
Actually, maybe we should do a paper with social media posts,
yeah,
and
that'd be a fun project.
that could be
Yeah,
cool.
I like bringing that digital stuff into reality. So that's why I really liked on the first launch day that guy mailed kiwis or something like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Jack O'Brien. Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna try that for a couple of my friends that like shun social media or shun digital anything. I'm gonna send them the AI generated postcard.
Yeah, yeah. I think, that might be big. That might be a big thing soon because I feel like AI is taking over. So we're going to need to reconnect somehow. And maybe, and all of these social platforms, they're not social anymore. Like it's mostly content and
Yeah,
entertainment. And maybe the next social platform will be some paper thing. Like not just paper, of course, it will be online, but also there could be a component of slowness, realness, you know,
yeah.
writing each other letters or something. I don't know, like something like that. I think
I'm
it's like, it's like Peter Thiel, like, who is crazy, but he's also very smart. And, he invested in the cheating Olympics, like the Olympics where you can dope, the Olympics where you can take drugs. And
Oh
it's
my
going to be
gosh.
next year, I think. And people can compete, but there's no limits on whatever products you take. So people are going to beat world records. They're going to probably kill themselves, but it's
Oh
kind
my
of fun to
gosh.
watch. But his
Yeah.
point was like, I mean, despite the very provocative thing, the point was also it's a real thing. It's not digital. It's an event. And he's like thinking, what can I create that's an amazing event? Well, Olympics is already taken. I'm going to do doped Olympics. And I
Oh
just
my
realized
gosh.
now you have basically, you're going to have three levels. You're going to have Paralympics, regular Olympics, and doped Olympics. Like, it's just like crazy. So, yeah. I want to watch this. It seems disgusting, but like, it's kind of like Mr. Beast. Like, it's disgusting, but you want to watch. It's like, oh my God. Yeah. Not sure it's good
And
though.
yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm actually building another app called BroTap.app, and
Yeah.
it's a real life social network that my buddy mentioned to me. And so the game is you have bros join your bro network in real life, and the only way they can join it is by using NFC, near field communication, by tapping your phones.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
Yeah. It's
he
Pokemon Go social media basically. Like you'll just go out and find friends.
yeah, I didn't think of it like that. Yeah, that brings it down pretty easily. But then in order to join your network, he has to buy you a coffee per month. So he's paying you one coffee per month to join your
Oh,
network. And he can have people
okay.
join his network, and whenever that happens, you get like 20% of his cut.
Oh, that's a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah,
Just-
it's like a voluntary Ponzi scheme, but
Okay. Okay, I see.
they
Yeah.
can only stay in your network if you meet with them once per month. Otherwise, they're gone. So you have to meet once per
It's
month in real
interesting because
life.
I have a friend I haven't seen in a few weeks because I'm always like, no, I'm busy. But he's basically my only friend here. And so, I'm just alone because of this. And that's stupid. But if I had this app, I'm like, oh shit, I need to go see him and tap my phone to not lose him as a friend and not just live on social media. Maybe that could help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So you told me before this interview that you were thinking of maybe showing a different product or whatever. So what are the products you're building? I mean, you're showing one product right now, and we're going to talk about it. But I'm just curious, like as I said earlier, like seem like you have many interests. So I guess you have lots of ideas at once. So how did you? What are you working on in general? What interests you, and how did you come to build this product?
Yeah. So we hopped on that live stream to troubleshoot, and 3 hours later, we had a working website for you. And then so I really enjoyed I guess you're publicly building this website, publicly failing to start up, and just making it happen, and sharing this with the world. I find very fascinating and encouraging for me. That's someone that squirreled away on my own projects for the last 5 years and never released anything. And so I'm
I
doing
hear
the
you.
opposite now.
Yeah.
And right now I'm really excited about another app called realburst.ai. And so you can give it any YouTube URL, and it'll automatically transcribe it, diarize it, which is the fancy word for knowing my voice from yours. And then it will actually even watch the video, so it hears the sounds, the highlights, the fast clips, and it uses all of this AI magic to put together the perfect clips just for you. And
I
so
see.
you don't have to spend like an hour watching this content. And then for consumers, well, creators like me, I'm kind of selfish. I build things I want to exist because I need them. And I do a lot of photography, videography, but it just sits on a hard drive. And so it's something I could personally use. I could upload my clips, my videos, and get something I can share on TikTok, on YouTube Reels, or Instagram Reels, I guess, on YouTube Shorts. And that's why I started building it. But I'm really excited for the consumer portion, where you sign in with YouTube and you choose which subscribers you wanted to auto-generate reels for. And
Okay.
so if you watch a lot of documentaries, educational content, startup stuff, that stuff can be very long. And then this is like your own personalized algorithm that just shows you that content in reel form.
Yeah, it reminds me of these tools to, sum up the news or something. So you're doing that for YouTube, but creating engaging content from it. Like
Exactly.
it's
And then I'm
just,
going to have an audio only mode too, because I listen to a lot of
yeah.
podcasts, but there's just so many nowadays, and so it's going to do the same thing for podcast.
Is that the product you're presenting in this launch day, or is that something else? Okay, I'm just not sure. Okay. That sounds awesome as well.
Yeah, thank
That
you.
sounds cool. Because, I'm using some software to generate the clips for these podcasts. And, but it's just like technical. It's like you generate the clips. It's like for a video editor or someone who's independent like me. But I haven't seen like something you do it for the consumer side. So that's quite interesting. That it's more like, that's really cool. I like this idea. But okay, now tell us about the other idea. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's called Chattamus, and I've been obsessed with AI since ChatGPT launched, and I joined on day one, November 30th, 2022. And I
Yeah.
use it in my professional work life, and I use it all the time at home. And yeah, it's just a game changer for me. And it's the way I'm able to produce so much content right now. I noticed well, AI wrote 20,000 lines of code, or changed and edited 20,000 lines of code for me this past week. And that's just like insane. I would have never done that as a normal human. And so Chatimus
Well,
is,
when you
is
code as a human, you probably only write 8,000 lines, but for the same purpose, but still, yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
I didn't think of it like that. I sure don't write unit tests. I don't write functional tests. And yeah, it's more precise, my code. Yeah, that's true. But Chatamus, it's meant to be like a real life Cortana or Jarvis, if you know either Halo or the Iron Man
Yeah.
series. Yeah, so it's like your AI companion, and it's the AI that listens. So instead of chatting with it, it's actually meant to listen and talk to you and discreetly give you advice. And so ideally, it's in your AirPods, it's using your AirPod microphone, and then it would listen to a conversation like ours, and it would jump in with like tidbits or interesting facts, insights that I could throw in my conversation. Like it could be looking up Dago's background while we're talking and be like, oh, ask Dago about this product. Ask him about his last
Oh,
exit.
wow.
You know, he sold this for 50K, or he did this for 5 years. He was into design before. It could look up that background information and tell me in real time and tell me discreetly.
Do you have it running now while we're talking?
I do not. That would have been good. But yeah, I'll start it on my iPhone here because this
Yeah.
is the only way it can detect our voices apart, and then I'll start
Yeah.
it on the Mac as well. So let me get it set up on the Mac. And right now it's working in real time. It took me 2 years to build this thing. And I didn't give up. I didn't give up. Um,
Because when you talk about the promise, it seems quite good. Like, it seems like kind of holy shit. So, yeah, I guess it's not 2 minutes. Okay,
yeah.
so I can't really see what it's saying, but like,
Uh,
can you tell us a bit what's happening?
yeah. So it shows in blue my voice. It identifies me as speaker one, and then it identifies Dago as speaker two in green, and then it has a bug where it's also identifying one of us as speaker three. But
Okay.
it's yeah, throwing in like comments about real-time voice identification can revolutionize conversations. Speaker identification tech is for clearer communications. So right now I joke about it. I make fun of my own product and I say it's there when you want really bland comments in your conversation.
Okay, okay, okay.
So it takes some tuning. But if you like started talking about what's it called? Like if you started saying lies or something, it's pretty good at picking that up. So if I said like the war, you know, Dago, the War of 1812 was actually between America and France and not Great Britain. You know, that's
Oh my
something,
God, shut up. I
yeah.
don't believe you.
So that's something it should pick up about, and it's not working.
Oh my God. It's your Steve Jobs moment. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, but
Uh,
let me shall I share my screen?
yeah, yeah, no, but we can also, we'll add a demo later. But yeah,
Okay. Yeah, so it
okay.
picked it up. It says the War of 1812 was primarily against Great Britain, not France! Exclamation point. Yeah, so I'm glad that's working. And I'll start a recording on my phone just as well so you guys can see it natively there. And then I'm bringing up my screen and the screen should come up. And I'm sharing my screen. And then this is Chattamus. Yeah, just running on my simulator. So now we can see it's doing transcription in real time. And then I got my log messages.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
if I don't think it's picking up you via the Mac. So that's the thing.
Yeah, not sure. Let me see if I see what I'm saying.
No. Oh yeah, it is, but it thinks you're oh cool.
It
So
thinks it's
I'm
the same
shocked.
speaker, maybe?
Right, it did
Anyway,
hear, but then it's like, oh, that's speaker two. Huh.
okay.
Yeah, so that's better than I thought. And then it stopped. Oh no. So it works a lot better on dedicated hardware. Right now I'm, doing
Yeah,
live.
simulator must be hard to identify the voices and pass through, especially now we're recording on the same computer that
Exactly.
you're using.
So let
Yeah.
me build it and launch it as the Mac app and we'll see if we get better results. Err, this dumb thing. And I gotta just tell it it's okay to launch to my Mac because it's like, what is this code?
So did you officially launch it? Did you already market it?
Yeah. So it's anyone can sign up for it and get the Wicked Founders discount going on right now.
Yeah.
Um, Chatimus.com. But for this event, I wanted to beat that. uh,
Yeah. We'll keep the discount on the website because I think it's gonna be clearer. Because I'm afraid if people listen to this at a different time, so I think we shouldn't talk about the discount on the video because it can change.
okay. But I wanted to say I beat out that other guy, Netherlands or Nethers or something. I wanted to beat
Yeah,
him by
Nesters.
1%. He was very generous.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually working, which is kind of cool. Um, and I have a client that's a doctor for another app I'm building in the healthcare space with him, and his wife, like he and she do like property management, and they own hundreds of apartment buildings, and so she wants to use it when she's negotiating over like a buy. And so let's
Yeah.
say they're trying to buy 10 apartments for $1 million. Chatamus could be like, hey, Cynthia, actually, this is a bad area. I see online that it takes 15 minutes for the ambulance to arrive. Please take 30 minutes. And based upon this, compared to 2 miles down, where it's only 5 minute response time, you can negotiate for like $100,000 off this buy.
I don't get it.
So Chatamus would be able to give her those crime statistics and advice in real time
Oh,
while she's negotiating with the other party.
I see. I see. I
Yeah.
see. It reminds me a bit of this Cluely thing where it's about cheating on everything. This very trendy thing. You know, it's like
Uh,
where he just listens to you and just gives you some tips. It makes me think of that. Yeah.
oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Otherwise, on Twitter, like students or people will reach out to me about it and be like, "Hey, you should, yeah, use this for students in the class," and that's like a possibility for sure. And it would be able to run offline in that case. I'm gonna have offline transcriptions at least. And maybe with Apple finally launching their Apple Intelligence this fall, I'll be able to run their
Mm.
large language models on Apple hardware and have it
Well,
completely
if you
offline.
help students cheat, you're definitely gonna have a lot of marketing for free, which is good. I'm not kidding. Like it's not a bad strategy. I mean, it's not. Then there's a matter of ethics, but
Yes.
in terms of marketing, easy. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is that. Ethical considerations in AI use are becoming increasingly important. Yes, Chatimus.
And so, what's the vision? Like, what like the next things you'd like to build with this? Where are you going with this?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have a Chatimus marketplace where something that's very hot right now is MCP in the AI space, and that's Model Context Protocol. It's a
Yeah.
USB for AI apps to talk to each other, and so you'll be able to come to Chatimus, and then you'll be able to build your own like Chatimus version. And if people start using that, then you'll get revenue from it as well.
And what will be different in your own version?
So like this is the prompts and everything I did generically for Chattamus just to work, and someone else might build one for sales, or they might build one for like uh,
Mm.
reminding them of appointments throughout the day. I plan to have an integration with your calendar, that kind of thing.
So that might be a B2B play for you, like where people can build their own Chatimus and like white label it or something, or maybe not, but like it sounds like a B2B play here, maybe.
I like B2B because I hear that's where the money is, or at least my mentor said that. Well, I'm all about these consumer apps, so yeah, definitely worth exploring. And yeah.
Because I've seen that. I've seen like Tony Den from Typing Mind. I think he went B2B too, where it's like for consumers to have like a better interface for all their chat. I mean, all their GPTs. But then you can also, buy it and use it for your own company and limit things to your employees.
Yeah, that's a good
But
play. You're right.
the tech is cool. Like when I look at your thing, like it looks clean, it looks nice, design is nice, seems easy. I can see you put a lot of work into it. So yeah, there's definitely potential there. That's interesting.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate that, Doggo. And I see what you mean by the B2B as well. So I do enterprise IT support and like support millions of like Americans daily in certain applications I help out and I help troubleshoot with. And so yeah, that could be an angle in giving them private data and that kind of thing.
Yeah. 100%.
And here's one of the bugs as well. It stops like it's doing bidirectional audio streaming and it's
Yeah.
broken its connection with my ChatGPT. And so I also plan to allow like Gemini, allow Claude, and so you could use it with any of your preferred large language models, so
I
the
see.
foundation models. Yeah.
Then it's a matter of like, because like if you're really B2C, I'm not sure consumers care about this, you
Mm,
know?
they don't care about the model?
Yeah. I
Hmm,
mean, it depends who you target. If you
right.
target developers, for sure. But if you target just some person driving a taxi, I'm not sure.
Oh, that's a good
Um,
point. Yeah. And as a consumer, I want it like the auto choice as well. And I think Cursor did a good job with their auto choice natively for agents.
yeah, I see that a lot. I haven't tried it because I need to have control, but I've heard that auto works great, so I should try it. Yeah.
I have to review all of its code now because I spent 8 hours over like a stupid thing last weekend. 8 hours, and I could have done it myself, and I was so upset. And so, yeah, you got to review the code, and then now I always
Yeah.
review the code, and I tell it to write unit test and regression test especially because it'll just like go off and break everything.
It does. It does. It's crazy, man. Like sometimes, like, do you mind stop sharing your screen so I can see you
Sure.
again?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And if I may ask, Dago, are you building anything else right now? Uh, oops,
oh,
sorry.
am I building anything else? No, I'm not building anything else. I'm thinking of other things.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just that the only thing, it's about passion, right? It's about what can you build that you really give a shit about. Because I notice, and it's hard to find something you really give a shit about, and also that you can bring value with.
Yes.
Something that's the mix of your skills, your talent, what's an opportunity right now, and that you love to do. So far, LaunchDay is this, a little bit, not 100%, but close. One big regret I have is, I had this logo design startup and I had so many ideas for pivoting and everything, and I
Oh my
thought we could
gosh.
make it big. But, I separated with my ex, who was my wife and co founder. Now she has it, which, because it was mostly her doing all the logos, so it makes sense. I mean, I cannot do it without her. She could do it more without me. I mean, not the technical side, but, And so, but there's a regret of like, man, I have so many ideas to make cool design products for founders. So there's still something like that I think about. And the other thing is like, I want to do a crazy idea like Slack alternative. That's the big thing.
What is it?
Because Slack alternative.
Oh my gosh, that
Uh,
is huge.
because, when I'm working on launch day, my favorite part is building the live chat, building the interactions. That's what I love the most. I love this. I love like the social thing. That's why I'm also always on Twitter. I like the social component of it. And yeah, I would like to make a cool Slack alternative in Elixir that
Hmm.
is like just working well. And I have experience mobile development, so I could do everything.
Wow.
Uh, and so yeah, that seems like a crazy idea, but I think I might be able to pull it off with just crazy enough storytelling, like I'm doing now. Like all this crazy storytelling about launch day. I enjoy it. So yeah, so I think maybe I could do something with that. So yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
for
that
now, I'm just like, I'm spending the summer on LaunchDay. I'm like, no, I want to make this big. I want to bring people sales, solve the problem. So I'm going to keep focusing on that for now. Yeah.
yeah. As a founder, I really appreciate it because I mean I feel the void. I mean I spent 2 years working on Chattamus and I think it provides value and then I get it out there and it's like no one cares. And so yeah, I really appreciate what you're doing.
Thanks, man. And this conversation we're having, it's helping me also because I'm like, how do I sell your product? Because I
Oh,
think right now we didn't do a good job of selling it in this interview.
no.
We didn't do a good job of
I
selling it.
made fun of it. I
But
mean
yeah. But we did a good job of being authentic,
yeah.
connecting with each other, and hopefully making people relate to you. So
Mm.
that's one side of the equation.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking maybe for this launch day, I should ask you and everybody to also prepare. I asked for screenshots, but
Hmm.
maybe just like you offered before we started recording, just a short, less than 2 minute video demoing your product, like in good
Nice.
conditions,
Hmm.
that I can put on every product page. So the first thing people see will be your demo of the product so they
Mm.
understand the value. And then they can look at the interview and then they can see us talk and it can connect and it can build trust and it can be cool for the community and everything. And it can be the right balance. What do you think?
Yeah, I love it. I think that's a great idea, and it's gonna help me personally. So I'm all for it. Yeah, that's like a
Yeah,
great
because I'm
idea.
like, it's because I really feel like my job is to bring
Yeah.
people to sales. That's literally my job.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, perfectionist kind of guy. I'm like, I need to do this. So I'm thinking, what's still not working? What is still
Yeah,
not
yeah,
presenting the product in a way?
yeah.
So yeah, so the discount is going to be improved. This is going to be improved. I'm going to try to get you one sale, man. You deserve at least one sale. This product is super cool. We need to find people. It's a cool product. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're
So
going to find it.
I've had two sales, one anonymous, and then this other guy that I connected with on Twitter, and he's actually in San Francisco, and he works for like this nonprofit there, and so
Nice.
he wants it on his iWatch, and that's the next thing I'm gonna build. But Apple's taken like
Oh man, that's what's difficult when you only have two customers and you have to do everything they say because you have nothing else to guide you. And maybe this guy asks you this, but
yeah,
the next 100 don't give a shit. And so you
exactly.
will
Oh
build
my
this for
gosh.
just.
Oh
That's why you need at least 100 customers to get some data, man. Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Um. All
One
right.
one of my
So that was awesome. Meeting you. Uh. So good luck with your launch day, and I hope people will enjoy the interview. People can leave comments. We have this video on YouTube, so they can leave comments. I'd be very happy to hear any kind of feedback. So, you know,
uh, it's been a absolute pleasure and happy to be on launch day number 2 and yeah, so stoked that I was able to make it into the slot and I know that was in demand and I was tracking it and jumped in and yeah, can't wait for it. So thank you so much, Doggo.
thanks, man. We're gonna do
Au
it.
revoir.